Today we are going to continue our Russel Hoban fan club with his very last book, as well as his most famous book. And so for shamanism, I think this is the best book you could get for your 8 to 10 to 12-year-old. This is called Soonchild, and it's illustrated beautifully by Alexi Deakin, though it's not jam-packed with illustrations. It's a lot of words as well. But it is a beautifully done book, partially based on Inuit mythology. And it is about a shaman who is not really shamaning right now, but his wife is pregnant, and the baby, called Soonchild, won't come out. And so this papa has to go and find the world songs to get her to come out. And I won't even begin to describe it. It's not like there are spoilers. It's like trying to spoil what the other world is like, or spoiling a DMT experience. Both me and my 8-year-old were just kind of blown away by both how simple this was, but also how much it was otherworldly and borderline incomprehensible, like any wonderful fairy tale or piece of spiritual writing can be, or hero's journey. It's a fantastic book. I mean, I cried at the end a good bit, especially for parents. You'll find something in here. Oh, just think about the last chapter. I can't praise this book highly enough. Then on my ebook reader, I read Riddley Walker, because this is Russel Hoban's famous. We've read like 8 other Russel Hoban books this year. Riddley Walker is not as entrancing as I thought it would be, but it is an incredibly impressive work. I made myself finish it. It wasn't quite, there were hints of the shamanism and the self-realization that were much more obvious in this one. It still deals with those kind of themes, but they weren't quite as obvious. It's not one I walked away with as much, insight into myself and how the world works and all of that. But what's amazing about it is it's set in some kind of post-humanity disaster, and the language has devolved into something more like, Iron Age English, if there was English then, Middle Age English, I should say. And so the writing in the book is like his own version of Middle Age English, based on the remnants of Christian mythology and stories about nuclearism that passed down to these generations after this disaster of some kind. And so the language itself is amazing, that he created his own way of expressing these things, and the world that evolved here. And it is another one about a young person finding their place in the world against great odds. It was a really, really impressive story. I can see why it's his most famous. It is a tour de force. I think I would say I've been moved more personally and spiritually by some of his other books. But if you want a fascinating piece of literature, I would also recommend Russel Hoban's Riddley Walker. And also, if you're any kind of human being, anything by Russel Hoban is just fantastic. I've made other videos about him, but if you have any favorites of what I should do next that I haven't covered already, I'm down, because I want to try to get through most of what he did in my lifetime, and I hope to be remembered as a writer like that someday. That would be wonderful. So to Russel Hoban, wherever you are, thank you so much for everything that you've done.